Hi everybody, welcome to my Maths channel. In this video, I want to talk about the straight line. Okay, so first, we need to know how to write a coordinate of a certain point. I think you still remember this one. I'll just do a quick revision with you. I hope that you still remember that. So when we write a coordinate, right, we always need to put a bracket, remember? And inside a bracket, we have two parts. This first part is for x coordinate and the second part is for y coordinate. Okay, let's say if I have a point here, point A. So what is the coordinate of point A? Always write the x coordinate first. So this is 1 and this is 2. Okay, so this is a coordinate for point A. How about we try another one? B. So what is the coordinate for point B? Remember x first. 3, 1. Easy, right? Okay, so put the C over here. So what's the coordinate for C? X first, remember, 2, followed by Y, 5. Okay, so how do we write the coordinate of a point? It's actually very easy. Another thing, we need to remember this one. On x-axis, y is equal to 0. On y-axis, x is equal to 0. What do this mean? On x-axis, y is equal to 0. Okay, let me show you. Okay, let's say you have a point here. What is the coordinate of this point? On x-axis, y is always equal to 0. So the coordinate here will be 1, 0. Here, 2, 0. Here, 3, 0. 4, 0. 5, 0. Negative 1, 0. Negative 2, 0. Negative 3, 0. So you notice that the coordinate for y part always equals 0. That's why we say on x-axis, y is equal to 0. On y-axis, x is equal to 0. Same thing here. What is the coordinate here? On y-axis, x is equal to 0, right? So here will be 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, negative 1, 0, negative 2, 0, negative 3, and so on. Okay, so next we are going to learn how to find the gradient of a straight line. Okay, for gradient, normally we will represent it by using the letter M. Okay, so basically we have 4 types of gradient. If the straight line is going upward like this, the gradient will be positive. If the straight line is going downward like this, the gradient will be negative. It's going upward vertically, then the gradient is undefined. Okay, last one, if the straight line is going horizontally parallel to the x-axis, then the gradient will be equal to 0. Okay, so normally we will use two formulas to calculate the gradient of a straight line. So m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Or we can also use this formula minus negative y-intercept divided by x-intercept. Okay, so let me show you how do we find the gradient of a straight line. Okay, so here we have 4 types of gradient. I will show you how do we calculate the gradient using the formula I showed just now. Okay, so find the gradient, normally we can use this formula or this formula. Okay, we look at the first one. So let's say if I use this formula, I need to put a negative. Y-intercept. What is y-intercept? Y-intercept is a place where the straight line cut the y-axis. So the y-intercept over here is 1. And divided by x-intercept is negative 2. Okay, so negative negative will become positive. Okay, still remember just now I told you when the straight line is going upward like this, the gradient must be positive. Okay, so if you don't want to use this formula, we can use another formula. This one, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this, if you use this formula, we need a full coordinate. So what is the coordinate for this point? On y-axis, x is equal to 0, 0, 1. How about this one? On x-axis, y is equal to 0. Okay, now we have the coordinate. Which one is y2? Which one is y1? This doesn't matter. You can take this one minus this one, or this one minus this one. You will still get the same answer. Okay, so the gradient will be, okay, let's say I take this one minus this one. 1 minus 0. Okay, remember, y you have to put on the top here, and the bottom here is for x. So just now I take 1 minus 0. So for the x part, I need to take 0 minus negative 1. Okay, I have to follow the sequence. 0 minus negative, oh sorry, this is negative 2. Okay, so here 1, negative negative become positive 2. Okay, you see, you will get the same answer. So remember, when you have a straight line going upward like this, the gradient, the value of m, will be always positive. So how about this one? Okay, so the gradient, I think I just show you this formula. You can try on your own using this formula. So what is the coordinate for this point? On y-axis, x is equal to 0, 0, 2. On x-axis, y equals 0, it's 2, 0. Okay, so I just take this one minus this one. Remember, y on the top. 2 minus 0. Okay, 2 minus 0. Then for the x part, I have to take 0 minus negative 2. 0 minus negative, 0 minus 2. Okay, so here will be 2, here will be negative 2, and the answer is negative 1. So when you have a straight line going downward like this, the gradient must be negative. Okay, how about this one? So here we have a lot of points here. I just simply choose 2 points for you. Okay, what's the coordinate for this point? The coordinate for this point must be negative 1, 0, right? So how about this point? Okay, so here will be negative 1, 2. So if I want to find the gradient, y2 minus y1, 2 minus 0. And negative 1 minus negative 1. Okay, so here is 0. Here is 2. Negative 1 plus 1, you get 0. Okay, when the number divided by 0 is actually undefined. So we say the gradient of the straight line is undefined. Okay, so how about the last one? Okay, I just choose 2 points. Here, what's the coordinate for this point? Negative 1, 2, right? Negative 1, 2. Okay, how about this point? 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so the gradient is 2 minus 2. Okay, 2 minus 2. 1 minus negative 1. Okay, here you will get 0, and here is 2. So 0 divided by 2 is 0. Okay, so basically for a straight line, we will have these 4 types of gradient. Going upward like this, positive. Going downwards, negative. Going vertically, parallel to the y-axis, undefined. And going horizontally, parallel to the x-axis, the gradient is 0. When we have an equation, we want to draw a straight line. So how do we draw it? It's actually very easy. So when we want to draw a straight line, we just need 2 points. Okay, let's say we have an equation y minus 2x is equal to 1. Okay, so this one is actually equal to y equal to 2x plus 1, or y minus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, these three is actually refer to the same straight line. If you have a software, you key in these 3 equations, they will give you exactly the same straight line. Okay, we call it equivalent equation. Okay, if you want to draw a straight line, we just need 2 points. So it's actually very easy. So just make a table. This is for x, this is for y. So you can choose any value that you write, that you like. You can fix the x value, find the y, or you can also fix the y value, find the x. Okay, for example, normally we will choose 0 for x and y because 0 is easier for us to calculate. Okay, when x is equal to 0, let's say I use this one to calculate. This one, you can use any one, you will get the same answer. Okay, y minus 2x is equal to 0, right? When x is equal to 0, 2 times 0 is equal to 1. Okay, so now this is 0, y is equal to 1, so you have 1. Okay, now you have 1 point, 0, 1. And then 1, you can fix y as 0, or I think I just use 2 for x. Okay, when x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, y minus 2x, x is equal to, sorry, this is equal to 2, not 0. Okay, so this is 1, right? So y minus 4 is equal to 1, y is equal to 5. So you have another coordinate now, 2, 5. So then you just plot 0, 1. 0, 1 is over here. 0, 1. 2, 5, okay, 2, okay, 5 is over here. So the next step, you just connect these 2 points together. Okay, so this will be the straight line. Y minus 2x is equal to 1. So this one, if you rearrange this equation in this form, you will get this. Let's say if you rearrange the equation in y equal to mx plus c. Okay, what do you get? You will get this one, right? So we just look at this one. Now we look at this one. Okay, so these two refer to the gradient. If you have expressed in this form y equal to mx plus c, just by looking at this equation, you know the straight line is going upward or downward. Is it positive? Going upward, right? And this is a gradient. The coefficient in front of x is a gradient, and this is y-intercept. So from here we know that the y-intercept is 1. Okay, you see? Correct, right? This is 1. This is y-intercept. Okay, let's go to the second one. So now we want to draw the second straight line. Y plus 3x is equal to 4. Okay, so now you can start to calculate the coordinate for 2 points, then they connect together like just now, then you get the straight line. So if you don't want, you can first rearrange this term in the form y equal to mx plus c first. So y equal to negative 3x plus 4. Okay, from here you know that the straight line is actually going downward like this. Why going downward? Because the gradient is negative. And you know that the straight line will cut the y-axis at 4 because the y-intercept at 4. Okay, let's check. So you just choose any 2 points. You just draw a table like just now I showed you. Okay, so you can fix the x value or the y value. It's just up to you. You get the same straight line if you calculate correctly. Okay, I just let x be 0. Okay, if x is equal to 0, y equal to negative 3x, x is equal to 0, plus 4. So y is equal to 4. Okay, now you have 1 point. Okay, we just need another point. Just take 2. Okay, so y is equal to negative 3x. X is 2 plus 4. Okay, so this is negative 6 plus 4. We will get negative 2. Okay, now we have 2 points. We can start to draw the straight line. See whether the straight line is going downward and cut the y-axis as 4. Should be correct. Okay, so 0, 4. 0, 4 is over here. 0, 4. 2, negative 2. 2, negative 2 is over here. Okay, then we just connect these 2 points together. Okay, this is a straight line, you see, going downwards and cut the y-axis at 4. Okay, so this is the way how we draw a straight line. It's actually very easy. You just need 2 points. Then you connect the 2 points together, then you will get a straight line. Let's try another straight line. Okay, now I have the equation x minus 2y is equal to 6. So you can start to draw a table and calculate. If you want to express in the form y equal to mx plus c first. Want to see the gradient and the y-intercept. Okay, you can try to do that. Okay, so negative 2y is equal to negative x plus 6. Okay, then I say that the gradient is negative 1 and the straight line will cut the y-axis at 6. This is actually not correct. Okay, let's say that. Okay, I think in my mind I think this way. Okay, this straight line is going downward. Become negative and cut the y-axis at 6. This is actually not correct. When you want to get the gradient and the y-intercept directly from the equation y equal to mx plus c without any calculation, you have to make sure the coefficient of y here is always 1 and positive. Okay, what do I mean 1 and positive? Let's say now you have this equation negative y equal to negative x plus 6. So I don't want a negative. I want to make it become positive. I just simply multiply the whole equation by negative 1. So this is 2y, this is x, and this become negative. Okay, and now it's positive, but you have 2. Don't want. We just want the coefficient of y equal to 1. So I want to get rid of this 2. I need to divide the whole equation by 2. Actually, if you want to do it faster, you can just straight away divide the whole equation by negative 2. Then it will be faster. Okay, so here it's y, right? So this is 1. 1 divided by 2, you get 1 over 2 x. Negative 3, negative 6 divided by 2, you get negative 3. Okay, now only we can look at the equation and determine what is the gradient and what is the y-intercept. The straight line should going upward like this because positive gradient and cut the y-axis at negative 3. Okay, let's check out correct or not. So draw a table. We just need 2 points. Okay, so we just let the x be 0. Y is equal to 1 over 2x. X is 0 minus 3. So this is negative 3. Okay, now we have 1 point. We find another point. Okay, for me, I think I will just choose x for 2, so easier for me to calculate. X for 2. Okay, so y is equal to 1 over 2x. X2 minus 3. So you cancel up this one. Be careful, this is not 0, but this is 1, right? Minus 3. Okay, you get negative 2. Okay, so now I have 2 points. I can start to draw the straight line. 0, negative 3, 0, negative 3 is over here. Negative 3, 2, negative 2, negative 2, 2, negative 2 is over here. Okay, then I just connect these 2 points together. Okay, this is the straight line that we want, you see, going upward like this, and the y-intercept is -3. Okay, now we go to learn how to find the equation of straight line. Just now, we have an equation and we learn how to draw the straight line. Now, we have a straight line and we learned how to find the equation of straight line. So basically, we have for straight line we have three types of equation. First is x equal to what? Another one is y equal to what? And the last one is y equal to mx plus c. Okay, so let's say if you have a straight line going vertically like this, going upward vertically like this, and the equation will in this form: x equal to what? Y. Okay, let me explain to you. If let's say this is 2, this is 1, this is 1, this is 2. Okay, let's say this is 2, 2, 4, 6, and this is 1, 2. Okay, so you notice that the coordinates for the point which fall on this straight line, this is 2, 0, this is 2, 1, this is, okay, I write here 2, 0, this is 2, 1, this is 2, 2, right? You see, the coordinate for x part always equal to 2. That's why we say x is equal to 2. This is the equation for a straight line. Okay, so if let's say I have another straight line over here, so it's -2, -4, let's say here -4. So the equation for this straight line is x equal to -4, because the coordinate for x part always equal to -4, -4, 0, -4, 1, -4, 2. Okay, so how about this type of equation, y equal to a number here. So let's say here I have 1, here I have 2. Okay, I think I need to move this one first. Hold on. Okay, so you have a straight line going horizontally like this, and parallel to the x-axis. Here is x-axis, is y-axis. Okay, so the equation is, because the coordinate for the point fall on the straight line will be this one is 1, 2, right? So this one 2, 2, this one 3, 2. Okay, you will notice that the y part always equal to 2, right? So 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2. That's why the equation for this straight line is y is equal to 2. So if the straight line is over here, then the equation will be y equal to -1. Okay, so now I have discussed with you this part, this type and this type. So when a straight line is going upward like this or going downward like this, then the equation will be in this form: y equal to mx plus c. To find an equation for straight line is actually very easy. Always remember, when you are asked to find the equation of a straight line, two things: gradient, which is the value of m, and one point. The point that you use to find the equation must fall on the straight line that you are looking for the equation. Okay, for example, now if I want to find the equation for this straight line, always remember two things: gradient, one point. So now I have 2 points here. So the gradient, what is the gradient? You can use y2 minus y1 minus x2 minus x1 or negative y-intercept over y-intercept. So I think I just use y2 minus y1 first, so I can do the revision with you how to write the coordinate, right? So on y-axis x equals 0, remember 0, 2. On x-axis y equals 0, 2, 0. Okay, so use the formula 2 minus 0, 2 minus 0. Since just now I use 2 minus 0, then for the x part, I have to take 0 minus negative 2. And I know that since that this straight line is going upward like this, the gradient should be positive. Negative, negative become positive, and the gradient is 1. Okay, this is a straight line. Y equal to mx plus c. And the m is 1, right? mx plus c. Okay, actually 1 we don't have to write. We just write x plus c. Okay, so we almost get the equation for the straight line. And the problem now here, this equation is still incomplete because we don't have the c. We need to find the c. That's why just now I told you we need 1 point. Okay, so which point you want to choose? You can choose this one or this one. Okay, actually for this equation, since that you have the y-intercept, you know the straight the y, this c is the y-intercept, right? So definitely it will be 2. If you don't want, you can just calculate. Okay, let's say I use this point. It's negative 2, 0. Okay, so at point negative 2, 0, y equal to x plus c. We need to find the c. Y is equal to 0. Okay, x is equal to negative 2 plus c. And c is equal to 2. Okay, you see, you get the same value for c. Y is equal to x plus 2. Okay, so we go to the next one. This one. How do we find the equation for this straight line? Okay, before you start to calculate, you know the gradient must be negative, right? The gradient must be negative. Okay, so we need to choose 2 points to find the gradient. Okay, I think I just choose this one. On the x-axis, y is equal to 0. And another one, okay, I think I just choose this one. 1, 2. Okay, now I have 2 points. I can start to calculate the gradient of this straight line. So I just take this one minus this one. Remember, always remember, when you want to calculate the gradient, y on the top. 0 minus 2. Okay, I take 0 minus 2. Here I have to take 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1. Okay, so this is negative 2 and this is 1. The gradient is negative 2. Okay, now y equal to mx plus c. I need to find the c. Okay, I can choose any point here. I think I just choose this point at point 2, 0. Okay, so y is equal to 0. Negative 2x, x is equal to 2 plus c. 0 is equal to negative 4 plus c. C is equal to 4. And the full equation should be y equal to m x plus c. Okay, this is the equation for this straight line. It's actually very easy, right? Always remember, when you are asked to find the equation of a straight line, 2 things. Gradient, 1 point. If 2 straight lines is parallel to each other, okay, for example, these 2 straight lines parallel to each other, they have the same gradient. Okay, remember, when 2 straight lines are parallel to each other, they have the same gradient. Okay, let's look at this question. Find the equation of a straight line which is parallel to AB, Okay, and passing through the point R, we know that the straight line is somewhere around here. Right, somewhere around here, must be parallel to AB. So always remember, when you are asked to find the equation, 2 things. Gradient, 1 point. You need gradient. You need gradient, the value of m, and 1 point. Okay, so how to find the gradient of the straight line? Since that the question tells you parallel to AB. So we know that the straight line, the gradient for the straight line is actually equal to the gradient of AB, right? So you want to find the gradient of AB, gradient 2 point. We need to use the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, I think I just use this point A, -2, 4, -2, 4. Okay, another point I use B, so this is 2, -4, 2, -4. Okay, so the gradient will be 4 minus -4, 4 minus -4. When you have negative, be careful. Okay, -2 minus 2, -2 minus 2. Okay, we know that the gradient must be negative because it's going downward like this. So 4 plus 4, you get 8. So this is -4, you will get -2. Okay, the gradient is -2. So now you know the equation must be y equal to -2x plus c. We don't have c. So how to find the c? One point. So which point that you want to, you can use A, B, or R. Because the straight line is going to pass through the point R, we cannot use the A and B. We must use the R. So the coordinate for R here is 3, 2. 3 is 2. Okay, so at point R, 3, 2. Okay, so the y is equal to -2x, x is equal to 3 plus c. Okay, we want to find the value of c. 2 equal to -6 plus c. c is equal to 2 plus 6. You will get 8, right? So the equation is y equal to -2x plus 8. Okay, this is the equation. And sometimes if you look at the book, sometimes the book gives you this equation. Plus 2x is equal to 8. It's actually the same thing, equivalent. Okay, both answers are accepted. Okay, so it's actually this chapter is actually not that hard. Okay, very important thing, you need to know how to find the gradient and also how to find the equation of the straight line. Okay, so next I think I just discussed with you some questions that might come up in SPM. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's look at the question number 1. State the equation of the line DG. Okay, DE is parallel to FG. Parallel means that they have the same gradient. The equation of the line DE. Okay, DE is this one. So I will suggest you to write the given information on the diagram, easier for you to solve the questions. Okay, this is the equation for DE. Okay, part A. We need to find the equation of DG. Okay, this is, still remember, just now I told you there are 3 types of equation. X for straight line, x equal to what? Y equal to what? And the last one will be y equal to mx plus c, right? So now this is going upward, going upward vertically. The equation must be equal to this. Must be in this form, x equal to what? Because the coordinate for x plus is always the same. Okay, means that we need this point. We need the coordinate for D. Okay, so what's the coordinate for D? The D fall on the x-axis. On x-axis, remember? On x-axis, y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0, and we don't know the x. We need to find the x. So we have the equation, right? 2x plus y equal to 6. And this point fall on this straight line. We can use this equation to find the coordinate of D. Okay, so 2x plus y is equal to 6. At point D, we know that y is equal to 0. We don't know the x. We need to find the x. So 2x is equal to 6. X is equal to 3. And now we have the coordinate of D. 3, 0. Okay, so we know this is 3, 0. And the equation of DG, very easy, is equal to x equal to 3. Okay, so second part, find the equation of FG. Equation always two things. Gradient, 1 point. Gradient, when you have the straight line going upward like this or going downward like this, always the equation will be in this form. You need gradient and 1 point. Okay, now you have the point F. You cannot use the point E and F, right? Because the point that you use must fall on the straight line that you are looking for its equation. Okay, and the question tells us that these two straight lines is actually parallel to each other. So it means that if we want the gradient of FG, we cannot get because we have only 1 point. We can use the gradient of DE. It's the same thing because they are parallel to each other. Okay, so now I want to find the gradient of DE. So I have the equation 2x plus y equal to 6. So I just rearrange the term here in the form y equal to mx plus c. Y equal to negative 2x plus 6. Oh, now I know. The gradient is negative 2. Okay, so y is equal to negative 2x plus c. We need to find the c. So how to find the c? I use this point at point F 7, negative 5. Okay, so y is equal to negative 5, 2x, x is equal to 7 plus c. Okay, negative 5 equal to 14 plus c. Okay. Okay, this is negative 2x. Sorry, I forgot to put a negative here. So this is negative 14 plus c. So c will be equal to negative 5 plus 14. And okay, this one you can just press a calculator. Is equal to 9. So the equation of FG will be equal to y equal to negative 2x plus 9. Okay, so I proceed to the second questions. In the diagram, OPQR is parallelogram. Parallelogram means that this is actually parallel to this one and this side parallel to this one. Okay, and O is origin. So still remember, origin, the coordinate is 0, 0. Okay, find the equation of the straight line, PQ. Equation of straight line, two things. Gradient, 1 point. Okay, PQ, I can use this point. And we need to find the gradient of PQ. Oh, we only have 1 point. So how do we find the gradient of PQ? This is a parallelogram. If I want to find the gradient of PQ, I can also find the gradient of OR. It's actually the same thing because they parallel to each other. So can I get the gradient of OR? Yes. We have 2 points here. Origin is 0, 0. You need to know that the question doesn't tell you the coordinate here, but origin means that 0, 0. Okay, so I just find the gradient here. 8 minus 0. 8 minus 0. Remember y on the top. 4 minus 0. Okay, so you will get 2. Now you know the equation must be 2x, y equal to 2x plus c. We don't have c. So, okay, so now we want to find PQ. We need to use a point which fall on the straight line PQ. Okay, we use P. At point P to negative 2. Y is equal to negative 2. 2x plus c. Okay, negative 2, 4 plus c. C is equal to negative 6. So the equation will be y equal to 2x minus 6. Okay, so this is the equation for PQ. So now I want to find, okay, if you you can also write the equation, the answer that you get on the diagram. So maybe later we want to use it. Minus 6. Okay, so y-intercept of the straight line QR. Y-intercept. Y-intercept means that you extend this line they will cut the y-axis over here. So we know that the y-intercept must be positive. Okay, so you want to find the y-intercept, we need the equation of QR. So two things again, gradient, 1 point. Point, I can use this one, but I don't have the gradient. Same thing. If I want to find the gradient of QR, I just find the gradient of PO because they are parallel to each other. Gradient of PO. Okay, so this is -2, this is 0, -2 minus 0, 2 minus 0, 2 minus 0. Okay, here -2, here 2, you get -1. So the equation is y equal to -1, you don't have to write the 1, negative x plus c. Okay, so we need to find the c at point R for 8. So y is equal to 8, negative x, okay, 4 plus c. C is equal to 8 plus 4, you will get 12. So the equation will be y equal to negative x plus 12. Okay, so what is the y-intercept? The y-intercept, from the equation, then you will know. This is y-intercept, right? So the y-intercept is 12. Okay, so we go to the last one. In the diagram, O is the origin. O is origin. Straight line RT is parallel to the x-axis. Means that this is actually 90 degrees. Parallel to the x-axis. And the straight line PQ is parallel to the straight line RS. So the equation of the straight line RS is this. Okay, so written here. State the equation of RT. So RT, so the coordinate for for y is always the same for the point for on this straight line because it's go horizontally like this, right? So the equation will be in this form: y equal to what? So means that we need to find the coordinate for r. If I have the value here, then I will know the equation for RT. So since that r fall on this straight line, I can use this equation to find the coordinate for r. On y-axis, remember, x is equal to 0, right? We need to find y. 3x plus 4y, 3x plus 4y equal to 24. So at point R, x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. We need to find the y. 4y is equal to 24. So y is equal to 24 divided by 4, you get 6. So here is 0, 6. Okay, now we have the equation. The equation will be y equal to 6. Okay, so how about B? Y equal to 6. Okay, so this is A. Find the equation of PQ and hence state its x-intercept. Find the equation of PQ. Two things. Gradient, 1 point. Okay, I have a point here. I cannot use the point as R or T. I must use a point which fall on this straight line. Okay, gradient. Since that these two are parallel to each other, right? So I know that the gradient of PQ is actually equal to the gradient of RS. So how to find the gradient of RS? We have the equation for RS, which is 3x plus 4y equal to 24. Okay, I need to rearrange all the terms here in the form y equal to mx plus c. The gradient -3? No, this is not correct. So remember just now I told you, if you want to get the gradient or the y-intercept directly from the equation, make sure here the coefficient for y is positive and 1. I need to divide it by 4, we get y -3 over 4x plus this 6. Okay, so the gradient is actually -3 over 4. Okay, so y equal to negative 3 over 4x plus c. How to find the c? Use this point. At point Q, 2, negative 4. Okay, so y is equal to negative 4, negative 3 over 4x, x is equal to 2, plus c. So negative 4 is equal to negative 3 over 2 plus c. C is equal to negative 4 plus 3 over 2. Okay, so this one you just press your calculator. Okay, so the equation will be y equal to this one, negative 3 over 4x minus 5 over 2. Okay, but the question is asking about the x-intercept. Here we know the y-intercept is negative 5 over 2, but we don't have the x-intercept. X-intercept is over here. Okay, on x-axis, y is equal to 0, right? On x-axis, y is equal to 0. Okay, y is equal to 0. Negative 3 over 4x. We need to find the x. Okay, the whole thing bring over here, become positive. Okay, so this one divided. This is multiply x, right? So it becomes dy. Oh. Dy 3 over 4. So dy is actually, you can press the calculator. If you don't want, you can change become multiply. Then you invert this fraction and become 4 over 3. Okay, just press the calculator. This is 2 negative. Be careful, you have a negative here. Okay, so the x-intercept is negative 10 over 3. Okay. Okay, one more thing. If you have a straight line A, B, C, and you have the point A, B, you want to find the coordinate for the value of P. So you need to know that any 2 points that fall on the same straight line, actually they have the same gradient. Okay, from here we know that the gradient of AB is actually equal to the gradient of BC or the gradient of AC. So I just use BC. Okay, how to find the gradient of AB? Very easy, right? You can use negative y-intercept minus x-intercept. Negative y-intercept divided by x-intercept. Or use another formula which we always use it. So this is on y-axis, x is equal to 0. On x-axis, y equals 0. Okay, so we know the gradient must be positive, right? So 2 minus 0, 0 minus negative 1. Okay, MBC. Always remember y on the top, 3 minus 0. Okay, this is 2, this is 1. Okay, here you have b minus 2, 3. So 3, 2, you get 6. This one is p minus 2. So p is equal to 8. Okay, now you get the value of p. Okay, so for this video, I think I just stop here. I hope that you understand better after watching this video. If you feel that my video is helpful, share it with your friends who need it. I really appreciate your help. And thanks for spending time to watch my video. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.